Morning. On behalf of the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office, we want to thank all of you for joining us today for the regional press conference that we do every year. They're very grateful to have everyone here. They could show committee for not just the town, but the real representatives. All our law enforcement agencies and operators that are present today, we thank you and that all of you are in the front of this fight against domestic violence. So we're gonna get started with our press conference and we have our parking. Like people that lost their lives during the time and I know that we have a meeting for that time. Talking about a place who no. Today also, we're launching our new QR code. And we sent out a news advisory today to Mexican. This is very important because they can have information and reach out to group and over to. This is gonna be a mission way for the practice. Thank you. You can share it right. If you're on social media, please share it. First of all, good morning. Kobe, thank you for comfort. First person. On our community. Oh, oh, that was Zumba's back. That's that's thank you. Recognize that we have an awesome program. They make a big movie. This is that's why we do. Yeah, not a problem that all that happens. It's a problem we all have. Everybody, we need to bring that out, especially for our lower income people that depend so much on health. This is a tough line. I mean, this happens. Right here. We don't You're gonna fix that. It is. Thank you. No, it's the problem is we solve just by that we are going to endure. What is it down to that? Union, we start today. Real men. We need to start that. The other men in our high school. Why not? Stop the fight. Yes, there is a lot of gentlemen out there that should, boy, that should be gentlemen. We need to start there. We need to be more proactive. And thank you for coming out. Because we show that we care. In a community like the Rio Grande Valley, when things are going well, we come together. We come together to have. Thank you for what you do. We'll continue ideating, help not only the victims, but the defendants. You know, get them to teach them what they can stop. Victims that they are violent, they are something. So, morning. First of all, I would like to call for a moment of silence. Somebody put police officer. Right. Sad reminder of what it is to be a police officer. What it is to fight back. Not knowing back. It's soft back. I do that side. So bring your greetings from Cameron County. I'm sad and somber day. That's very meetings, grounds. Epitome of law enforcement. What are we doing? We are taking on domestic violence as a coalition
What you see here is the DA from Hidalgo, Williamson, from Starr County, and myself from Cameron County. We've come together for two reasons. Number one, the symbolism that it represents. The four DAs from the Rio Grande Valley have come together to sling the war down. The domestic violence is a priority, an important case. It's a priority because it has to be, because it strikes at the family, it strikes the family unit, at the heart of the family. And that's what we're about. Our family values. Unfortunately, I wish I could tell you the numbers are going down. They're not. They're not. All you have to do is read the newspaper, look at the television, and you see it every day. A husband, an ex-boyfriend, a partner, whatever he might be, is causing violence in the house, in front of the kids. And it's a very insidious crime. Because it's a crime that has a victim that is your sister. You're positive. And yet she feels alone. She feels like she can't tell anybody because of the stigma that she's abused. And in this day and age, I'm supposed to be politically correct and not say what I'm supposed to say when it's the truth. And I get in trouble because I'm not politically correct. Domestic violence is a fancy word for saying women are getting beaten up. Women are getting slashed, or getting punched, or getting kicked, or getting killed. That's what it is. And if it offends you, I'm sorry. But I make no apologies for telling you what it is, because if we don't recognize it for what it is, we won't act. And we're ready. We as prosecutors are ready. But by the time we show up in court, it's too late. It's too late. Yeah, we'll hold him accountable. But she's already been assaulted. She's already been beat up. She's already been hurt. And the kid has seen it. So we need to take a step back and try and prevent it. How do you prevent it? How do you prevent this? Well, you have to figure out why it starts. And it starts with men that don't respect women. That's where it starts. So how do we teach that? We learned it. I'm an old guy, we learned it. My grandpa told me very long time ago, very simply. What happened? What happened to that value? That's where we need to come in. Because we can do our part. The officers can do their part. Police can show up. And they'll arrest them. And they'll prepare the case. They'll bring it to us. Okay, the civilians can do their part. They'll provide safety for that person that night and days after that. And they do a great job in doing that. And we fail in helping the victim. Communities fail in helping the victim. Because that's the violence is everybody's business. Everybody's business. It's you all know somebody. Well, the nation. We need to get involved in giving them courage and empower them to go through the prosecution. Right now, we're not doing it. No. You know that we Not voluntary. Not voluntary. You're going to protect the family. I show up in court, but that's for that. Oh. We didn't show. I'm not. We have. Okay. What does that mean for the planner? So here, I'm talking to the choir. I'm great. I love that you're here. We were babies and snickers, feathers, took care of her. I don't know. Till we correct that basic fundamental principle of respecting one another. It's about people. People get married. License. That's somebody's there. You license when somebody's nail. Get married. You want parents. But the average is what more time, you walk away, you talk about it, you come back later. That's each one keeps that in our house. I'm glad that we're all here. I'm glad that we're doing this. I'm glad that us all got together and we all got together. We've got a team. We need other members. I said yesterday, if you have someone that is a perpetrator, no. Again, thank you, police officers. Thank you for the community. Thank the DA here. We got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work. Hey, God bless you. God bless you.
Are trying to see. Like to start by thanking everybody here. I know that county. And never been, I have. I know I'm Edwards on the bottom. That collaboration. I have enough work to do. I'm not doing the TikToks. It's getting off. But trying not to be right. Get it right. And now. Friends. Maybe we could. And then she was smart. That's a Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. But it's hard to see that. Not that every- That's- that's- but it doesn't have to- It's. Had a- then- right. Urban stuff. Never- Yep. Yep. Hopefully. Yep. Every- Don't know anything about it. I would love. To. That's- every day also. And also, if you're a victim advocate or when you have that, all the advocates from Cameron County, Genesee County, Hidalgo County, community organizations. And also the that are meant to have the support. Also have that care of victims. This is a different. We're going to ask her something.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Butch Allen Validas. I am the district attorney for the 2.9. And I just want to let you know that my district encompasses not only Starr County, but Jim Hawes County and Duval. So I've got that I deal with and that I deal with this issue on a daily basis in 3 different counties. And I want to let you know right off the bat that I'm extremely honored and proud to be a member of the Rio Grande Valley District Attorney's Coalition. I don't think Mr. Sines mentioned it this morning, but I believe we are the only district attorneys coalition that exists in the state of Texas. And when I came on board to this coalition, I was so honored to find that out, because what we do is we deal with issues that pertain to all of us. You know, we all have our different districts, our different county boundaries, our different courts, but we come to realize that the issues here in the valley that we deal with individually basically are issues that we deal with as a whole and in law enforcement. And so being a part of this coalition is just a wonderful thing, because we do things like we're doing spreading the word about getting ready for trials. We've been going out speaking to the public and events about domestic violence, the scourge of domestic violence. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. First of all, I want to thank law enforcement, all of you here who are on the front lines, because I realize that whenever you respond to a domestic violence call, it's probably one of the most dangerous responses that you can respond. And I know that we have lost lives, law enforcement lives, for law enforcement officers who have responded to domestic violence. So thank you very much for all you do at law enforcement. I also want to thank all the advocates that are here, all of the different groups that assist the victims. We have our crime victims advocates in Starr County and Jim Hawes involved, and they are unrecognized and underappreciated for all they do for the victims of this. And you know, the other thing is that I was at a domestic violence conference in Roma, and when you think of domestic violence, a lot of times we think of slapping, hitting, kicking, punching, control. one of the things that we preach is love is or violence and control are not synonymous. But I was at this conference in Roma, and we in Stark County alone, over the last couple, have lost 19 people to homicide. And those homicides are directly linked to domestic violence. So domestic violence doesn't always end up with the perpetrator in jail for slapping or hitting the spouse or the partner. But many times, and so this is an extremely important. And I was noticing this pinwheel that's in the package that we received, and it explains the different ways that domestic violence is perpetrated upon the victim. It's not always just physical. There's an emotional aspect. There's a psychological aspect to controlling a person and perpetrating domestic violence. And I was looking at this male privilege. Since when is there male privilege? When did we somehow come to think that we as males are privileged? That we somehow can have control over females? That's just plain wrong. I have a son, I have two sons, I have a daughter, and I have a stepdaughter. And male privilege is nothing to me. It means nothing, and it shouldn't be even a concept that we accept in any form of fashion. Economic abuse, economic control, yes, that is another way that a perpetrator of domestic violence controls the partner. Economic. And that's all of us here in this room. And we are speaking to the partner because we here know the different ways that a perpetrator controls the victim of domestic violence. Using the children. You know, I'm going to head back to Stark County today, and unfortunately, I'm going to be with some victims or victims who all of a sudden wants to drop the charges after her soon-to-be ex-husband rammed into her house with a vehicle, got a knife, chased her into a room and threatened her and their children with a knife. But there's a civil case going on. There's a divorce going on. He's fighting for custody, and he's holding custody over her head. And now she wants to talk to me about dropping. Well, that's going to be a long, serious conversation. Because that's another example of using children to get away with domestic violence. Isolation, emotional abuse. There's all kinds of things that are used by perpetrators. What I want to say is this, is that it has to start with education. When we get these cases, the domestic violence is always been, whether it be an aggravated assault or a homicide. It's already happened. We already have a victim. We already have the trauma. We already have the perpetrator. What we need to do is we need to make sure that the word gets out and that we educate people. And I was so impressed, and I know this has been mentioned already several times. I was so impressed by the Caballeros in Wilson County when we were in Wilson County, because these were young kids that are being mentored, young men being mentored on civility. Civility's been lost in our society. I was telling the people in Camp County yesterday, I don't die. I blame social media. I really think social media has such a big impact on the loss of civility in our society, which then makes it acceptable in some people's mind to hit a woman. Because we don't have to be civil in our society. We don't have to respect other people. So if we don't have to respect the general public, why should a man have to respect his wife? But it begins with teaching young people, getting back to civility. And the Caballeros
this young group of people, of men, who are being mentored on how to be young. We need to all do that. All of us need to do that with our children. We need to start these programs in schools where we mentor young men and young women on how to be civil, how to treat people, how to treat your partner. You know, every one of those young men, fourth and fifth graders, after the program, walked up to me on their own, shook my hand and looked around without being prompted. Where did we lose that along the way the last couple of years? We need to get that. We need to get that back. So, as everybody else has said, we've been preaching to the choir because everybody here knows that domestic violence is a scourge in our society, that it's prevalent all over. All of us know somebody who is either the victim of domestic violence or is a perpetrator. We need to speak out. We need to talk to children. We need to talk to young people. We need to try and make a dent in this problem. So I think the message that all of us are sending out is, don't just leave this room today and say, okay, you had the event, it's over, you know, time to go to November. No, talk to people. If you know a victim, talk to that victim. If you have a relative or a friend who is a victim, let them know there is help. If you have a young person who you can see is heading in that direction, try and help that young person. And let's start programs that bring civility to our society, teach young people how to behave, and make a dent in domestic violence. So thank you for having me this morning. I'm so proud to be here, so proud to be a part of this week, so proud to be a part of hopefully this week. Thank you very much.
They can call that number. They will not get the call. Save that number in your phone. Maybe you will get it. And put the federal- or maybe you must have- And it's only going to be all here with us are chief. So that we can formally register on the website. And we don't understand the authority of the bonds that it's required. Some format, that's.
The officers are lining up I want to go ahead and first of all, thank each and every one of you for being here today. My name is Mario Rizcano. I'm the Administrator of Corporate Affairs for DHR Health. But I also serve as the Texas Commissioner for Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. So it's an honor for me to be here today, along with our district attorney that are present, which shows the unity that we have against what it stands for fighting and fighting. So today, as we finish this up, we want to make sure that this information is being passed on. If the people that are here and network can pass on those ideas that we are wanting to share, we can better improve on information we learn. So, in closing, thank you so much, our district attorney, for being here, for everyone being present, for all the law enforcement, and of course, when it's working on your team, you're always doing a great job to continue to protect all of our. So thank you. With this, I think we're going to do a large photo, and this concludes our event. Thank you.